The party searched through the Knoll shaman's belongings, finding sketches of elvish anatomy, a strange Vitruvian spider marked with vertical interlocking rings on its abdomen, and vials of healing and confusion potions. In the shaman's personal hovel, there were candles, carpet, and furniture, a stark dichotomy to the outside. A black stone basin resting on the table drew Jelltur's attention. Looking inside, he saw a pair of vertical interlocking rings inlaid in silver at its bottom that mirrored the image of the spider from the book. Taking what they could, they headed back into town. After reuniting Crawl with his family, the party bid Petunia goodbye, collected their visas, and made their way into the city of Mace. So the last we were together, you guys had made your way into the city of Mace, having paid your entrance fees.
Yes, we got the 3 days paid for so far.
Yes, you have your visas for the time being. So you're coming in through the southern gate, and you are just bombarded with the sights, the smells, the cacophony that is the city of Mace. Dozens of people are moving around you, hundreds of people are moving around you, and the buildings all tightly built together create narrow alleyways and twists and turns that are very hard to navigate if you're not a city folk, which I'm pretty sure only 2 of you are city folk.
I kind of just look at Scratch, go, you okay?
And to be fair, you are standing in more of an open square area, so you're not like surrounded like by packed buildings at the moment. You just see where they are. There are also horses being moved into a stables off to your right, to the east.
Okay, so we should find a place to stay before we start exploring. So that way we at least know where we're coming back to. And if we get lost, we can always ask people for directions of how to get back to this inn. Right?
Sounds good.
From the inside, you do see another set of walls, another circular wall further in that encompasses another part of the city that you cannot currently see. Deeper in, you do see there's like a hill in the center of the town. When I say hill, it's like a small mountain. And on the top of that mountain is a castle.
That's interesting.
You couldn't see it from the outside very well because the outside wall was very high. The inner wall is lower, but it seems more like it's lower so you can see the castle than it is for any defensible system.
It's just trying to like keep people in check, but like you can still see the other parts of town.
Right. You can see that there's more to the city than where you are, but you are not able to get there.
Yet.
As you see people patrolling with very shiny weapons, crimson cloaks. It's gold, gilded armor and crimson cloaks. They're marching around with morning stars and shields. And they have an emblem on their chest and shield that is the shape of a morning star.
Neat.
You also see regular town guard kind of walking around in more plain armor, plain cloaks, but still very much uniform. The morning star, the morning stars are rare to see, but they are around.
I'm guessing there's a lot of value in morning stars here.
I mean, it seems like it's their symbol, or at least that portion of the guard. So let's try not to get in trouble. Look at Kreg.
He's just picking his nose.
There's a reason the DM pointed out the morning stars as soon as possible.
I wasn't going to cause trouble right away, and also...
Well, that's an issue for Kreg to deal with.
There's nothing here that would make Kreg do anything yet, so...
Yet.
Yeah.
Yet is the operative word there.
So do you guys start wandering aimlessly? What do you do?
Maybe start asking for inns in the area, just like, if places that people would recommend.
Oh, Kreg is going around and making as many friends as possible.
You said we're by the stables.
You're by
Yes.
the stables, yes.
Is there a stable hand?
Yes, you can actually go over to the stables, and there are a pair of girls that seem to be working the stable area. They're attacking the horses. They're cleaning the hooves. They're mucking the stalls, and then there's a dwarf sitting in a chair watching them do it.
Is a dwarf male or female?
Male. He is male.
I saw approach. Excuse me, sir.
Hey, how can I help you?
Yes. Me and my companions are new in town. And we're looking for a place that we can stay at.
You're looking for a tavern. Well, that would probably be, you want to go to the Whispering Wood.
Whispering Wood.
It's run by a little wood elf shite named Ermine, but it's probably the cleanest place you'll find.
All right.
Didn't we just get out of the Mocking Mire? Now we gotta go to the Whispering Wood?
All right. How far is that from us right now? In which direction?
He points to the west and he goes, you just follow those. You see those buildings there? Just go between them. Keep heading kind of northwest. It's
Okay.
It's the place with the green roof. You can't miss it.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. And he just kind of turns. Come on, girls. Put your backs into it.
All right. I go back to the party. All right, guys. We're going to the Whispering Wood.
Okay, sounds good. So,
I look at Piper. Do you have some kind of horrible legend about that place, too?
I'll tell you tonight.
When we're sleeping there and you can't escape. So you begin making your way through the city, and it is turmoil. I mean, Piper, you're used to this.
Mhm.
Jelltur, you're used to this. Even Kreg, to an extent, it's still like your eyes are going everywhere. Like you can't help but keep looking around.
That's just who he is.
Yeah, but it's not like this is completely off-putting. Scratch, you're like, stay as close to them as possible. I do not want to get lost in this hellhole kind of mentality. So you make it through, following the path that the dwarf, whose name you did not ask, but
need to.
is Bramkel Steelhoof. Bramkel told you to go, and he said, look for the place with the green roof. But every place around here has this tiled roof or some kind of like clay roof, something. You come around a corner and you see this completely wooden structure. The roof is green, but it's green because it's covered in leaves. Fresh, living leaves.
Oh, cool.
It's about a 3-story structure, and the wood seems fresh and unstained, untreated. It's just there. Natural.
Can I poke it?
Sure, it feels like wood.
Scratch gives a sigh of relief.
Probably gonna be elves. Probably.
And there's
elves.
I
There's
mean,
a
he did
side
tell you the little
wood
shite
elf.
wood elf named Ermine.
Probably. I meant more than just one elf. Like probably gonna be a lot of them.
So do you go inside?
Yeah. Open the door.
Kreg
So as you
opens the door with gusto.
do, you are met by 3 female voices that say, "Welcome to the Whispering Wood," in unison. And as you look, each of them, their skin is the color of pale birch. Their features are lovely yet strangely sculpted. And their hair, you notice, is not. Their hair is vines or leaves or brambles. And these are not elves. Please make me a Arcana check. Anyone looking at them.
I
Sure.
only got that because of my head.
19.
Oh,
Natural 20.
20, 19.
13. Not bad for a -1.
Yeah, Jelltur apparently doesn't care because I got 5 because I rolled a 2.
Alright, so Jelltur, you just don't care. Kreg, these ladies are strange, but they're pretty.
Yeah.
You were looking for a 15. Piper and Scratch, you both recognize that these are dryads.
Aren't those dangerous?
They can be, but especially
Like-
with the natural 20, you do notice collars around their necks.
Oh,
about that.
right.
Oh.
Right. I forgot that about Mace.
Yep.
That's gonna be an issue if they get free then, huh?
Oh, yeah.
That's
To
something
be
to keep in
fair,
mind.
dryads, for those of you that rolled high enough, dryads are not evil. They are more in the neutral realm. So long as they're treated kindly, no harm will befall you.
Fair enough, but I don't know how kindly they were treated when they were enslaved.
They'd probably just be pissed at the ones who enslaved more than just random comer.
Or they could just be mad at everyone here.
Look, when Jelltur frees the slaves in this city,
I don't know why the fuck you thought that.
Because he's the hero of the people.
I don't know why I keep saying these things.
The
that aren't
savior of
real.
all that is good.
And
I mean, you have
Fallacies.
made it your mission so far to free the slaves. Like you've made an active effort towards it.
Yeah.
fallacies.
Your name and praises are being sung.
I've only done it for people that I'm just like, listen, man, consider it a favor. That's it.
You mean those random people that you saved off the ship and then tried to free?
To be fair, I didn't want to go to the ship initially.
And yet you did anyway.
Because that's what all you guys were. I was like, I guess we're doing this.
So you're all standing in the tavern room of the Whispering Wood, and the three dryads have welcomed you.
Hi, I'm Kreg.
The one that you're speaking to is the one who has the more brambled hair. She turns to you, smiles sweetly, and goes, "Hello, Kreg. I am Fern."
Interesting name. I'm just staring at her.
So you're just staring at her. She's kind of looking back, and
I know one person got that joke.
she doesn't have the same expression system that most other people you've met have. Her expression is very fixed. You're not getting much from her. So you stare, she stares right back.
Do I know anything about dryads?
With a natural 20, yeah. They are fey creatures that tend to kind of bridge the gap between plant life and, I don't want to say sentient life, but the life of those that move about the world. They care for trees, plants, things like that, and can fuse into them.
I will take off my hat and give a bow. I am Piper. It's a pleasure to meet you.
They kind of turn. "Welcome, Miss Piper. How can we help you all?"
We were hoping that we could get a room or two here in your fine establishment, if there are any available.
Of course. The one who has the vines for hair walks over, gives a little bow, and she says, "I am Ivy. Please allow me to supply you with the room required." And she walks over to the bar. "How many rooms are necessary?"
2 rooms, Ivy. That would be wonderful.
"Very good, ma'am. That would be 4 silver, please."
I will give her the 4 silver.
She places 2 keys, takes the money. "Eve, if you could show them to their rooms, please." And the last one, who has the leaves for hair, will nod. And Eve will take you to your rooms, show you where they are. They're close to each other, across the hall from one another, and she'll gesture to them. "If you require any meals, please come and join us in the tavern.
Of course.
Our proprietor will be with us this evening."
Insight check on the proprietor.
The way she said that, what?
Go ahead and insight check.
And I have quick wit now.
I don't need an inside check for that one.
I don't either, but I want to see.
Right, I wrote in that one. Right, I gotta reroll.
15.
She doesn't seem to like the proprietor all that much.
Brian, I wrote 2 nat ones.
Oh my god, I got a 19 on the die.
So
20.
Jelltur, you don't even notice it. You're like, all right, good. We'll meet the proprietor, I guess, at some point. Excuse me, I have to go into my room for a minute.
Right, I rolled 2 net ones.
I know you did.
I'm a halfling, man. I'm a fucking halfling, man. This is like the 10th time in my lifetime, by the way.
But it does happen.
It does happen.
Yeah,
But with
shit's
your
rough.
rolls, Kreg and Piper, you're like, ooh, okay. She said that with a smile, but she does not seem to like him.
But the tone says a lot. I will give her another little bow and say thank you for your hospitality.
You're welcome. And you are always welcome at the Whispering Wood.
How do you get your hair like that?
It grows like this.
This is very pretty.
It's very pretty.
Thank you both.
So we will step into our room to at least, figure out where we want to go so we're not awkwardly standing in the hallway.
Alright, so you step into the room, and who goes in first?
Craig's
You want to go in first, Kreg?
no,
I
Craig.
assume Jelltur did.
Craig is
Well,
I mean, I go to
Jelltur went
my
his
room.
Craig is awkwardly just enamored by
Sounds
her
like-
just because she's the most interesting thing. Like Piper was the most interesting thing he's seen in a long time. Now this woman, are they a they or a?
There she's.
Damn, Piper. Dryad took his spot. Craig's heart.
That's
So
okay.
Piper's just like, I'm going to leave this awkward situation, and enters the room. Craig's just kind of staring at Eve, who gives him another little bow, turns and walks into the wall.
She just disappears into the wall.
She just walks into the wall and disappears.
Craig just runs up to the wall and starts feeling the wall. Just
So I just grab him, and just drag him inside the room.
he,
Come on, Kreg.
just like, did you see?
Yes.
It's a nice room. It's got 2 beds. Each room has 2 beds.
Mhm.
A wash basin, chamber pot, and a small desk. All of which, except for the chamber pot, all of which seem to be growing directly out of the ground.
Mhm.
Like, out of the floor. You are on the second floor.
That is pretty cool. And impressive. So, now that we're in Mace, what do we want to do or find? Like, what are we looking for?
I was going to ask you that.
And we should also get Jelltur in on this, since
I got him. I run to his door, and I start banging on the knocking on the door.
Now, are you knocking or are you banging? It matters.
I know it does. I'm kind of doing the two-handed.
So, as you're doing that, Fern's face appears in the door.
Ah!
Please knock gently.
I just hold my thumb up.
Thank you. And she disappears back into the door.
That's what's weird about having a wooden building.
Now you know why it's called the Whispering Wood.
see, I don't even need to come up with a story for it anymore.
Craig's just looking around.
Well, Kreg knows.
He kind of fell back on his ass when that happened, and he's just looking around, just like
So, yeah, I go to my door and open it.
you just see.
You see Kreg on the ground just staring wide-eyed at your door.
What? Yes, Craig?
We're doing a meeting, and I get up and I just go back into the room.
Alright, so, I guess I go to that room.
Alright.
Jelltur, we were just trying to discuss what we wanted to do in Mace now that we're here. What we wanted to, if there's anything we want to find or particularly try to do.
I mean, that's up to you guys. I mean, that's the case. I give them the box of gold. Currently has 309 gold pieces in it,
Ew.
and 5 copper pieces. I already took what I needed out of it, so.
Why are you giving this to us? You're going to be coming with us, aren't you?
I have things to take care of. I'm assuming we're in a big city here. I'm assuming you guys want to go do your own thing eventually too. So take what you need from here.
Okay.
Correct.
Is there anything you want us to find for you on the way, if we can?
No, I'm good.
Okay. I just, Okay, so... I guess you don't actually need to be part of the meeting since you already have a plan. I didn't know that you did.
No, but it's good I came here to give you guys the money. Try not to spend all of it.
I mean, that's a lot of gold.
Yeah, but you're also with Kreg. It depends on what shit he breaks.
No, that's fair.
So it's less about spending it and more about,
Repaying after he breaks something.
Very much.
She opens her mouth to argue, but then just no, you're right.
No, you're right.
All right.
And with that, I clap my hands, meeting adjourned, and I walk back out.
I give him a hug before he leaves, or try to.
Do I hear this coming?
athletics versus acrobatics.
24.
Oh, hold on. Let's see how high I roll, because I got a high athletics.
I have a high acrobatics, so I rolled a 17 plus 7. So
17 plus 7. Oh, ooh, I might have meet. Hold on.
Tie goes to the defender.
No, that's fine. That's 20. You said 24?
I mean, 17 plus 7 is 24. Am I wrong?
Okay, no.
Right.
You're right. Defender gets it.
So you just feel the vibration in the wood, and you just dive to the side as Craig's arms wrap around empty air.
I extend my hand to Kreg. A handshake will be just fine.
I shake his hand vigorously.
Okay, I try to pull away.
I don't think it goes on that long. You just feel the entire arm
I'm gonna say the body shakes for 2 seconds, then he lets go and goes back.
Cool. Ow. So I leave. I actually will lock my room door and start heading out.
All right.
So we'll see you later.
Yeah, sure.
As Jelltur exits the campaign.
Oh no, I have something for Jelltur in a minute. Anyway, you guys make your plans.
Oh, wait. Listen, you fuck.
Well, we need to let them know about the army on the way.
Yes, we might want to do that sooner than later.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's figuring out, I mean, weirdly enough, I think maybe if we talk to a guard, they might be able to help us out with that.
That might be a good idea, yes.
So that will be first priority. So talk to guard. At the very least, they could point us in the right direction. Is there anything else you...
And, Brian, I'm warning you now, if you really try to pull There Is No War in Bossing City.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yes, you
I
would.
shit
me
you
for
not.
some kind of hack.
You would.
I shit you not.
He's gonna pull the wars in the walls.
So yes, we should find a guard and at least make a report. Let them know.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, I want to find somebody who knows more about magical items, but that's a personal reason.
We can go to a magic shop.
Yeah, so we'll talk to a guard, want to find out about the item, and we should also see if we can find somebody who can identify that spider insignia that we found with the interlocking circles.
Oh, you mean the one that on it, Craig's ring?
No, that would actually be with the magic item. That would be one of the items we want to ask about. I'm talking about, and I'll flip through to that drawing of the Vitruvian spider that we found in the Mocking Mire.
Right, yeah.
I'm sorry, I still love that sentence.
The Vitruvian spider.
Because it was weird and we don't know, and maybe somebody here does.
That would be a badass tattoo, actually, thinking about it now.
Let's find out what it means first. So this will be at least maybe our plan for today, and then tomorrow we can just kind of explore more, depending.
Yeah. Kreg is literally going to go with the flow with whatever you guys decide, just because...
Oh, right. The other city folk just bailed. I'm your city folk.
Yeah.
Aw, fuck.
You're the tour guide, Piper.
Almost like it was part of the plan. That's crazy.
Yep.
So over here we have make some bullshit up.
Well, if anyone's going to be making bullshit up,
Yeah.
at least it's the bar.
Kreg goes to the closest stand and just buys an I Love Mace shirt. And wears it in Mace.
I've never sold one of these in my life. Oh, I'm so happy.
There's also a shirt that says there is no war coming. You're safe.
It's not at all what's going on. But since we're on that note, Jelltur,
Yo, what's good?
what's your passive perception?
It's not great. 13.
13? All right. So you are walking through the streets of Mace. You keeping your eye out for certain things.
My hood
And
is still
you-
up, by the way.
Your hood is still up.
Yeah.
And you feel a bump at your side as a little weight is taken off of your belt pouch.
Cool. I turn around and I want to try to grab their hand.
All right, so make a athletics versus their acrobatics. Oh, shit.
15.
Yeah, you grab this kid by the wrist, and he just like, he's a little taller than you, but he's a human. So he's probably like 7 or 8 years old. And you have him by the wrist, and he's like wide-eyed holding your money pouch. Like,
Yeah, it needs some work there, kid. And I take my pouch from him.
he lets go of the pouch. Do you let go of him?
Yeah, I'll let go of his hand.
He bolts.
Alright, well, I keep the pouch closer this time now, realizing that, fuck's sakes, should have figured as much.
Yep. You're wandering through the city, looking for anything you can do to find a thieves guild.
I mean, obviously, I would pay attention to some alleyways.
Making an intelligence check.
Okay, the kid, I know.
Where can I find a thieves guild?
I know,
Sorry.
the kid.
You need to work on your thieving. Where can I find a thieves guild?
Where can I find the? Oh wait.
You're like, wait a minute, that fucking kid. After about an hour
Oh,
of
man.
searching.
Intelligence, right? Give me a sec. 21. That's like,
21. So you, like an
Hmm.
hour later, you're like, damn, no clue for a thieves guild. Son of a bitch.
Because it was like his reflex to just stop somebody from pickpocketing and then continue on his way.
Yeah.
Who am I
And
to
you're
get
like,
in the way?
he's barely a thief.
Who am I to get in the
Barely
way?
consider him a thief. So you go back to that area, and with your intelligence, let's say a little investigation work and whatnot, you're able to find that kid again, and you're able to watch him as he's trying again to pickpocket. And
Yeah.
make me a perception check.
I do want to tail him. 19.
You see him going for like a noble looking guy. He's not like really noble. He just looks fancier than everyone else around here, which considering the way people look around here isn't that hard to do.
I'm already assuming that these walls are broken up between lower, middle, and upper.
Oh yeah, the market district that you're in is very much lower.
Yeah.
But he's probably like a merchant or something that this kid's going for. Unfortunately for him, he's not noticing the guard patrol that's coming that you notice. He hasn't made his move yet, so it's on you.
Alright, I'm gonna rapidly going to try to make my way to the kid without looking suspicious, as well as I can do that with the hood up.
All right. And what do you do to intervene?
I'm gonna bump him.
All right.
Like, intentionally bump him, like, give him a little shove out the way.
All right, so you give him a little shove. He's like, "Hey!" And he kind of like turns, sees the merchant man, who just kind of like looks at him, pulls his cloak a little tighter around him, and walks away. And he just looks disappointed for a second, then turns to like yell at you and sees the guards. Like, oh.
Yeah. Let's talk.
Okay. And it's really funny. Like, you're how tall again? Like 2'9", was it?
I'm 2'7".
2'7". He's like 4 feet and just has his head bowed like despondently as he's following you. Like twice your height.
Yeah, man. Be like that for halflings, man. What do you want from me?
I know, it's just a funny image.
It is. I don't want to keep bringing it up in my head. It's making me laugh. Oh, man.
So you lead him into one of the alleys nearby. There's a lot of alleys nearby with how tightly packed these buildings are. The streets barely tend to be more than 5 feet wide.
Gotcha. All right. So, you should probably check your surroundings a bit more before you start trying to pickpocket from someone who clearly has a lot more weight in this town than you.
It's because I don't eat much.
I mean, if that's the case, I give him some of my rations.
He starts scarfing them down, and you realize he didn't quite get what you meant by weight.
I'm gonna get straight to the point. Who runs your den?
Oh, you mean you're looking for the guild?
Yeah.
Well, the silk gloves haven't let me in yet because I'm a little young, so I'm trying to cut my teeth on it. He says that very proudly. But you're looking for Bryn Lightfeather.
Bryn Lightfeather?
Mm-hmm. He's like you.
Halfling?
Yeah.
That's not surprising. Where can I find him exactly?
He tends to work out of a place on the east side of town called the Friendly Face.
Friendly Face?
Mm-hmm. I'm not old enough to go in there yet.
Yeah, you won't be old enough to keep making mistakes like you did today.
His shoulders just kind of drop and his head points down like, oh.
I'm not trying to rag on you, kid, but before you start trying to pickpocket people all willy-nilly, check your surroundings first.
Okay.
Do a bit of investigation before you start snatching up wallets.
Alrighty, I'll do better.
Just work at it. Everyone starts somewhere, kid. And I start heading east.
Alright, so you start heading to the east side of the city. Alright, so Jelltur, you are heading to the Friendly Face. The rest of you, however, what is your first course of action as you head out into the bustling city of Mace?
We wanted to...
I attempt to not get lost.
Oh, stick with me, darling. It'll be fine.
Scratch, you are getting a few stares as you guys move through the city.
I was like, yeah, how tall is Scratch again?
Tall enough to be noticed. Also the fact that he's a cat person.
I know, I'm also like, but like, aren't I really tall?
You're like 6 foot something?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are taller
Like more
people than you hear. There's some...
Yeah, but like, I'm still, I'm 6 feet tall at least. That's still kind of tall.
Yeah.
I mean, with my height and my hat, I'm about your height.
Though I guess without Jelltur, there's not.
Kreg definitely is
a little
making you
different.
seem a lot taller, but there are humans that hit around 6 feet. There are the odd occasional half-orc that's about your size. So you're not, like, standing out because you're tall. You're standing out
But
because you
also
have
I'm a cat.
tail and ears and fur, so...
Mm-hmm.
That's what's
But
getting
I'm
you
also a cat.
stares more than anything. Yeah, the fact that you're a cat.
You're exotic looking. The first point of business we wanted to do was see if we could find a guard.
There are some guards walking around. What kind of guard are you looking for?
One that can direct us to someone intelligent.
Well, I meant, do you go for like the plainclothes guard or do you go for the Morning Stars?
What was the description of the two again?
The plainclothes, they're wearing like regular chainmail and cloaks is the regular guard. The Morning Stars are wearing gilded armor with crimson cloaks.
Does it seem like the others are closer to being like...
The Morning Stars seem more elite.
I would look for a normal guard on patrol, actually.
Make an insight check as you guys are moving around.
Insight?
Insight, yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, a regular guard
Nope.
can always point us towards a,
Yeah.
let's see, insight is... Ooh. 24.
24? Yet, commoners and even other guards are giving the Morning Stars a wide berth. There's not a lot of room in the street, and they're still making sure that they're not getting in the way of the Morning Stars. There seems to be an air of fear that follows them around.
So we go find a normal guard
All
in
right.
that case.
So you find a pair of guards just kind of standing around. One's like leaning on his spear, and they're just kind of chatting.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Yeah, what is it?
We actually just arrived here from Brath, and there's a war. There's an army headed this way, and we needed to let somebody know.
They kind of look at you, look at each other, look at you. Aha! A war, you say?
Yes.
Suppose you have some kind of proof to go with that?
Kreg kind of just points out the giant gash in his chest.
You could also speak to, oh shoot, we don't know where they're staying. I was gonna say you could speak to, after you scratch.
I was like, the burning ruins of Brath?
Literally anybody who came here from there. You can speak with Rosita of the Dragon Turtle. You can speak with Tilly, who helped out the mayor. You can speak with the mayor. We evacuated the city.
Yeah, we'll definitely kick that one up the chain. Don't worry about it. We'll pass it along.
They'll totally do that, because why did you tell them?
Insight check.
You don't need one.
Yeah,
They're humoring you. You have no, what's it called? Renown in this city.
We might want to find the mayor.
Yes.
I don't think there's a mayor
I
here.
was about to say, quick thing about Mace, there's no mayor, there's a king.
I know.
No. I'm talking. No, the mayor of.
Our mayor. Yeah. Alright. Well, gentlemen, have a nice day.
You too, tiefling lady.
Alright, so start walking away with Scratch and Kreg. So obviously they're bullshit. It was worth a shot.
Like, that went well.
So, as you guys are storming off angrily...
Well, it's not... we don't storm. Because that would give them some sort of satisfaction.
Craig's like a kid at Disneyland with the hat and everything, just going, ooh,
I would like a perception check from everyone.
surely.
12.
I got a 21.
9.
So we have 12, 9, and then 21. So, Piper, you're just kind of like muttering under your breath about how useless they are. Scratch, you're still kind of distracted. And much like the dog they keep comparing you to, Kreg, your ears perk up. And you hear the sound of a rabble. Like a crowd of people. Very excited about something. Coming from that way.
I kind of go, I hear something, and I start running.
Oh, Kreg! I take off after him.
And there he goes.
Yeah, we need to keep track of him, because if we don't, we're gonna end up finding him in jail.
So Kreg goes shooting off, Piper yells that off, and goes running after her, and Scratch, you realize you're now standing alone in the middle of this city. Wait up!
Petunia was right. We need a leash on him.
And you run off.
This has been the Reliably Chaotic podcast. Champions of Solane is an original Dungeons & Dragons adventure written by Bryan Scharf using the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition rule set published by Wizards of the Coast. My name is Bryan Scharf, and I've been your DM. You can reach me at ReliableDM on Twitter.
My name is Nicole Summers, and I play Piper.
This is Jair, also known as JJ, and I play the character of Jelltur Jactus.
This is Matthew Reed, and I play Scratch.
This is Andrew Brown, and I play Kreg.
Theme music by Adrian von Ziegler. All other music by Kevin MacLeod on the Incompetech website and Adrian von Ziegler. Detailed information about music in this episode is provided in its description. Music for this episode was selected by Nicole Summers. The episode was edited by Matthew Reed with assistance from Sara. Contact us on Twitter at Reliably Chaotic, email us at reliablychaotic@gmail.com, or join our Discord server by following the link in our description. If you like our show and would like to support us, please consider becoming a patron by going to patreon.com/reliablychaotic or by leaving a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It really does help a lot. Thank you for listening, and we hope to see you again in our next adventure.